In 2019, Scotland failed to reach the knockout stages of the Rugby World Cup, losing out to Japan. Since then, Scotland have grinded their way through a series of tight victories and defeats against quality opposition. They now find themselves at 5th in the world rankings and are genuine contenders for this Rugby World Cup. Coached by Gregor Townsend into his 7th year at the helm and captained by flanker Ritchie, stability and experience is the vibe of this Scottish squad. Will Scotland survive the pool of death? That's the big question here. The biggest game you must watch if you want to look at Scotland's journey is their first match against South Africa. History has shown the Springboks have taken their time to settle into World Cup tournaments, and the reality is they'll need to beat a team ranked above them to make it to the knockout stages. It's so important that they win this game because they want to start off with a bang to take the pressure off when they come up against Ireland later on in the pool stages, and will give them a bucket load of confidence. Scotland have a real magical presence about them at the moment, and they really are an interesting team. They have a strong contingent of outcast players from other nations that they developed and fostered into hungry internationals with a point to prove. Despite how many times coach Gregor Townsend trialled other fly halves with Finn Russell looking like he was on the outer, ironically, the weight of Scotland's World Cup chances now sit on his very shoulders. A player that can do things no other player in the world can do. He's been in some outstanding form and looks like he's shaken off the label of being able to win a game just as quickly as he can lose one. He'll be reinforced by the dynamic duo centre pairing of Sione Tuipulotu and Hugh Jones, who have created a formidable partnership in the midfield. Look for Tuipulotu's barnstorming carries with Jones constantly lingering off his hip, punching through the same hole. Something else really interesting about Sione Tuipulotu and Hugh Jones' partnership in the centres is they're interchangeable and seamlessly switch between inside and outside centre. They're also lethal on the counter-attack with wingers Duhan van der Merwe, Darcy Graham and Kyle Steyn, all able to tear through staggered defensive lines and great finishes with ball in hand. The forward pack really prioritises their effort in the tight stuff, which has had a really positive effect on Scotland's ability to hold onto the ball for longer passages of play. From numbers 1 to 15 on the field, expect lots of deft touches with ball in hand and a really creative passing game. Almost every player in and around the ball is running a line, which has proven difficult to defend. Especially once Scotland build any kind of momentum, they're really hard to stop. They absolutely thrive off quick ruck speed and really depend on an accurate clean out to not concede cheap turnovers. Scotland's form has gradually improved since the last World Cup, and besides losing by a couple of tries, they've never really been blown off the park. While Scotland managed to secure a victory over France, and you don't want to read too much into that because they were fielding their B side, it was only 1 week later that they went and versed France's A team, going down by just a mere 3 points, which has everybody talking about Scotland being the dark horses heading into this World Cup. Predicting their World Cup campaign is a truly difficult task. They can make the knockout stages by securing a win against Ireland or South Africa in the pool stages. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll make it to the finals. I would be very happy though to be proven wrong. I'm a massive fan of the way they play the game, and I feel it'll come down to some kind of controversial decision which gives the victory to either the Springboks or Ireland. But if they do manage to pull off a win, get ready to blow some bagpipes. They would have survived the hardest pool and would be every chance of winning the cup. Imagine at the end of this year saying Scotland won the Rugby World Cup. Go down and check out the comment section. There's probably Scottish fans adding a lot of value to what I just said. This video is part of my series previewing all the teams throughout the Rugby World Cup that I find an interest in following. If you do enjoy, check out my playlist. It really helps the channel out, and thanks for watching.